Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie. I'm a doctor of physical therapy and I specialize in working with primarily equestrians. I would like to show you how I recommend my clients to do a proper clamshell exercise. Now, clamshells are a very common exercise that a lot of people use, a lot of personal trainers use them. However, the way they're taught sometimes I think is not as conducive to certain equestrians as the way I'm going to show you today. Most of the time when a clamshell is taught, it's taught with flexed hips here, which actually when you do the motion with a flexed hip, then what happens is that you end up using your hip flexors more than what you would like to. As an equestrian, it's really important for us to use our glute med muscle, our glute max muscle, and not use the hip flexors too much for primary stability. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how I prefer to teach a clamshell exercise. So what you're going to do to start with a clamshell is that you're going to lie on your side. Now if you can see me, my knees are in front of my chest. What I'm going to do is open that angle so that my knees are only slightly in front of my hip. I'm going to keep my knees bent and then I'm going to keep my heels together and slowly lift my top leg up and then come back down. Now the key is to not let yourself be wiggly in your trunk here. Keep your trunk nice and straight. Keep your hips stacked one on top of the other, and then don't let that top hip, as you lift your top leg, don't let that top hip roll backwards. So nice and easy, lift that top leg up and then come back down. You should feel it working right in this area. If you want to try bending your knees and lifting up here, you'll notice that it feels a lot easier in this position with your knees way in front of your trunk. And then go ahead and bring your knees back and then lift up here. The reason why clamshells are so effective is because when you're in the saddle, you need to sometimes get your heel on the horse and you need to externally rotate your hip. That uses the piriformis muscle, a little bit of the glute med muscle, and a little bit of your transverse abdominals to maintain stability. So this is why the clamshell often is a very important exercise for riders. However, I do recommend that you do it as I showed you, because it really helps you get out of using the hip flexors so much and really focuses on using these muscle structures, your hip rotators, to help get your leg on the horse correctly. Thank you so much for liking this video, and thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I hope you found it valuable. Leave your comments below if you have any suggestions for any future videos.